Well, good morning. Been doing a bunch of work on trial chambers, setting up basically death traps for mobs that are in there, different ways to do it. As you can see, they spawn into lava and give me keys or whatever, right? This is nothing but a spawner encased in lava. They've got nowhere to go. They spawn in the lava and the items automatically get sucked into here. This one over here is meant to be able to get gear if you need gear. If you let them drown, they will actually drop gear if they have anything worthwhile. Um, if they don't have anything that you want, you can just come down here, wipe them all out, no problem. I have a conduit in the area so I can sit underwater as long as I want, doesn't matter, and kill guys off, get some keys, get some glow squid ink, and carry on. So the whole area is set up in different ways. I'll kind of do a little tour to show you what each of the different ones is set up as. These guys do hit relatively hard. So I have triple beacons set up in the area. I get speed, I get regeneration, I get resistance, and strength. So I can kill everybody really easy and get everything set up the way I want it. A bunch of different methods are set up for me to do that within here, and I'll do a little run through. But I do have a triple beacon, speed, strength, regeneration, resistance, and while I'm in the water, I have the conduit as well. And then as you go through, you can just pop ominous and get keys that you want. So as we go through the different areas, so those are set up with a breeze spawner going into lava and then two underwater over there so I can collect gear. A couple of other methods that I've got going here, as you can see, they're spawning and immediately they're on magma blocks, start taking damage, they're getting sucked down. They will die on their own. It just takes a little bit longer, but once they do die, the items come down here and collect in the bottom. There are slimes spawning up there and obviously more glow squid, right? But when we go up top and have a look down, you can see them just spawning into the area. As soon as one dies, another one spawns and they get taken out instantly. This over here is another one for breeze, and they're a pain in the butt. So I have these spawning, and they're immediately into lava. You can see that guy spawn there, drop into lava. You obviously don't need these opened up, but I wanted to be able to show what's going on. So they'll spawn, they'll die, and loot will get collected, and I'll grab keys and whatever else. Um, then over this way, I have another one where I can do anything I want with this. So I can put it so they spawn underwater and I can collect their gear. I've got it set up so I can do it with lava. I could auto kill them with magma blocks or lava. You can do whatever works for you for any of these. And I think all the different types of mob spawners, you'll be able to deal with them in any way that you see fit. See, there's a key popping there. And we got oh, another key. And away we go, right? So that takes care of all of the mobs. You can really do this any way that you want to be able to get it going and collect any loot that you want to. So then the very last one that I have set up in here, I just have lava dropping on top, and there are breeze that spawn down there and baby zombies. Obviously, baby zombies, pain in the butt, super fast, very annoying. So they just spawn into lava, keel over and die, and I can just collect the loot at the end. So when they all die, loot collects down in this chest down here, right? As you can see, some more went in. The way this one is set up, the top of the spawner is free. from anything, but you can set it up the way I did the previous Breeze one, where it's completely encased in lava, and you will still get the loot in a safe run. Now, the way I have this set up right now, you can do the run in a couple of minutes. It doesn't take a whole lot of effort, doesn't take a whole lot to do it. So I will grab an ominous potion. I'll dump off some of the junk that I have in my inventory, and we'll give it a run on ominous, and I'll show you how it works. All right, so I cleaned out inventory mostly. I've got some potions, ominous bottles ready to go. Everything is still dead from when I was here before. None of the spawners are active. And as soon as I pop the potion, everything will go ominous. Do a super fast run through, just triggering all of these, getting guys killed, moving on to the next one, and then come back and have a look for keys in some of the chests afterwards, and we'll see how I do. I'm just going to take everything out of these chests and make sure everything's cleaned up and ready to go, and you'll be able to see how this works. Now, any of these methods will work, and I've already thought of quite a few more. It depends on the scenario. If it's something where you're going to want to collect keys only and that's all you care about, you can set this up a certain way. If it's something where you're looking for gear drops, so you can do up some mannequins for a fortress or whatever you want to do, right? You'll be able to set it up each individual way. You can make this work for cave spiders. You can make this work for literally anything. If you've got breeze, if you've got silverfish, anything that comes up, you'll be able to set one of these up super easily. You just need to keep in mind the way they spawn, how far they spawn, and you'll need a way to trigger them. Now you have to get a certain closeness to each of the mobs in order to trigger them. This is actually from an old method that I was using that I found to not work anymore. But you can set any of these up any way that you want and be able to get the result that you need. You just need to tailor it a little bit to what kind of mob you're dealing with and what kind of loot you want to collect. So we'll do a super fast run through and we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. We're going to make it ominous, and guys will immediately start spawning, and away we'll go. We'll rip through it super quick. So all you got to do is get in range for them to start spawning, and once they do, then you're able to take them out in whatever method you have set up for that particular type. The breeze will be dead by the time I'm done killing the zombies, and then we'll move on and get all of the different places set up. Now, in case you didn't know, you can actually shoot your bow underwater. Now, but they can't shoot you. So if you're dealing with skeletons, you can simply sit in the water, shoot them, get rid of them, and stay safe the entire time. So as you can see, I can just pop these guys from back here. I have these set up so there's a little extra space at the back where they won't spawn. So you won't have a guy suddenly surprise you that you're not expecting. That'll take you out. Oh, I hate when they hit you with the slow falling potion. It makes the rest of this a little bit slower. So we'll see how quickly we can rip through this whole thing. So all we're going to do is we're going to pop these, get them started. Yeah, they're going. As soon as they start walking towards you, you're pretty much good to go. They'll continue to spawn and continue to die for as long as you want. And you can see they've got guys going in there. We'll do a run around afterwards and see how many keys and everything else we get. And those guys are dying in there. So I do want to make sure that they're dying before I leave the area. I don't want to have any kind of a despawn issue going on. So we'll take a couple of pot shots in the door, finish them off, and get any of our loot that we need. And we'll keep on running. This one is Zombies and the Bogged. So like I said, you can set this up any way that you want. You can do it as easily or as difficult as you want. The more room you give yourself, the better off you're going to be able to get through it quickly and safely. As you can see, skeletons don't shoot underwater. Even though you can, they won't. All they're going to do is punch you, and as you can imagine, you're not going to take a lot of damage from a skeleton punching you with a bow. Hey, there's a key right there. And we got the final room. Now, the more rooms you have, the more spawners you have, the more effective this is going to be. You can take guys out, you can get them all nice and dead, and stay safe the entire time. These guys, a little zombie will spawn up there, which is why I said you can kind of change it up. You can have the lava right on top, and it'll take care of everything for you. So now that everyone's dead, we'll go back to the beginning and we'll check out how we did for keys. All right, I am back at the start. Everyone's dead. We'll see how we did for keys. We have a winner. So that's 2 keys, one that I collected while we were doing the run through. I only got cooked beef out of one that I saw earlier come up. Nothing but a potion out of that one. What do we get out of this one? This one, we got another key, so we're up to 3 keys on this run. This one, I was able to collect items as everything happened, so I won't have anything there. I love that you get the free glow squid ink as you run through this. It's kind of nice. And this is the final one. What do we get out of here? We have a winner. We got a key and we got a carrot out of those. So any of these that you set up, you can do them any way that you want. The better the trial chamber setup, the more keys you're going to be able to farm. So if you have more spawners than this one has, this one I have a total of 10 spawners that I can deal with. But if you set this up in a larger trial chamber area, you can get tons of keys. It just might take you a little bit longer to make that run, right? I've got another 24 minutes of trial omen. I did a level 2 bottle. So you get half an hour. And even in stopping and moving and coming back and walking through, I'm still only at 6 minutes of my potion. So I do keep some milk and bottles and everything else in the area so that you're able to get rid of your ominous if you want to. Might as well leave those here. As you can see, I've got a bunch of keys. I gave a ton to my wife. I gave her half a stack. The 2 of us went and tackled a few other trial chambers, got quite a few maces, got some other gear, bunch of diamonds, bunch of emeralds that nobody cares about. But we did get a couple of the heavy cores. So this is the best method that I've found so far to be able to do this. I highly recommend. I will do one last segment and I'll show how it works for getting gear drops out of the husk, and we'll finish it up. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about spawn mechanics and how they work. So it looks like the spawn radius around the spawner is the same as a regular spawner. They'll go 4 across, 4 across, 4 up, 4 back, make their diamond pattern, same as any other spawner on Bedrock. What's different is that they don't seem to see you through walls. You need a line of sight on a spawner for it to activate. So for example, right here, I am 4 blocks away from the spawner itself. And going the other direction, I'm 7 blocks away from the spawner itself. But nothing in there is spawning right now. It'll only spawn once it gets line of sight to me. So I'm going to pop up here. And look, as soon as I get up here, they spawn. I'm 7 away. I was 4 away. And you would think that if you're within the radius of where it's going to spawn, they'd spawn. It seems to follow some of the same mechanics, like it won't spawn if you're more than 16 blocks away from the spawner, but it has to have line of sight to you. Kind of an interesting way for them to set it up. Um, you need to be close enough for the spawn to happen, which is completely different than the other ones with needing line of sight. That's all it needs, and it will spawn mobs. So keep that in mind when you're setting up your spawner, wherever you're doing it. You can't literally make a box around it and have them able to spawn. You need some sort of transparent block for them to be able to see you, or missing blocks for them to be able to see you. But it has to have line of sight. So same thing with this one. As soon as I come up top, they spawn. It had a line of sight, is able to see me, therefore it will spawn mobs. So keep that in mind when you're setting up your spawner. All right, the final thing I want to talk about is how to get gear from the ominous mobs. Please note, once you make a spawner ominous, they'll always spawn with gear. If they're zombie or skeleton or bog or whatever, they'll always spawn with gear, but they spawn with the best gear when you have currently made it ominous. So I'm going to drink this potion, and instantly we get spawns. We got a baby, that sucks. Oh, all these guys are terrible. No good loot, nothing really useful. No one cares about an iron sword. Okay, well, we got a couple guys spawn with gear. It's terrible and wouldn't be worthwhile, but we're going to use it as an example. So all we're going to do is let them follow the same mechanic that regular zombies turn into drown. So while they're underwater, they're going to start shaking, but husks turn into zombies, and then zombies turn into drown. So we're just going to leave them underwater. We'll let them do their thing. They're going to start shaking just like a regular zombie turning into a drown. But when they turn, they'll sometimes drop their gear. Yeah, so there goes his gear. There goes his gear. You just get free loot. All you have to do is leave them long enough to turn, and you can pick up gear. So if you're doing something like you're setting up armor stands and you want them to have gear and that sort of thing, this is an easy way to get it. Now they'll drop chain, iron, gold, and they'll also drop diamond. Didn't get lucky, didn't get any diamond out of this group, but the armor that they drop will generally spawn with armor trim on it. So this has flow armor, it's an iron chest piece, and it's protection 4. This one, chain helmet, bolt armor, and protection 4. Um, the iron always spawns with flow, and the diamond spawns with flow, but chain spawns with bolt. So if you're just looking for gear to put on some armor stands to make a hallway look cool or whatever you want to do, that's how you're going to collect your gear. Super easy. You really don't have to do anything but stand there and let the game mechanics take their course. So there we have it. That is my ominous key farm and loot farm setup for the trial chambers. I had a lot of fun setting this up. It's totally ridiculous. I totally don't need to do this. I don't need that many ominous keys, but my wife is having a great time doing the trial chambers, so I just want to get her enough keys that she can have fun doing what she's doing. I'm really enjoying this update. This setup with the trial chambers was something super fun, super different to add. I love the new blocks that it added, but giving me something to work on like this in a year, in a world that my wife and I have been on here for 2.5 years. We've got everything we could ever want. We've got the farms, we've got the setup, we've got the storage. I don't need diamond, I don't need emerald, I don't need anything I'm getting out of this. But it's super fun to have something different to do, something different to set up, and going into the trial chambers, going in with guys loose and ready to go, and make it ominous just for fun. Super enjoyable. Hopefully, this will help you guys get a key farming setup going and enjoy.